Hey guys, and welcome back to Spirit Tracks. Today we shall be romping through the Mountain Temple, otherwise known as the Fire Temple if you're playing in Yankland. It's a pretty hype temple. Honestly, nowhere near the hardest one in the game. Honestly, I think the Marine or Ocean Temple was trickier overall, but it's got sick, like, minecart puzzles and challenges and whatnot, so I'm not complaining.
Why is Link climbing the Mountain Temple?
He wants to make love to the Mountain Temple.
So Link must climb the Mountain Temple.
What are some of your fondest memories of this place, mate? Where would it rank in your Spirit Tracks dungeon tier list?
I really like it. I like that it reminds me a lot of the Minish Cap Fire Dungeon, the Cave of Flames.
Oh, yes.
One, because of the minecarts. You already mentioned that, but yeah, really similar to that. We're going to be fighting a fiery turtle boss. That's also in that dungeon. Mm-hmm. And I really like that dungeon, aside from the fact that the Link screaming audio clip is a little too loud for my taste, but I like that dungeon. And I like this dungeon. I also like that this is the first dungeon to have its own unique theme. The first three kind of had similar themes, but now you get a nice new dungeon song going on. Yeah. This one and the next one are different than the first three.
That's really weird. Why do you think that was that they chose to change it here? Like, because the difficulty, or at least the tone of the story, is ramping up?
I think so. I think it's because narratively this is the last, this is the presumed last dungeon, because once we do this, we complete the tower, we're done. Obviously later dungeons go against that, but I think it's just because this is meant to be what you presume to be the last dungeon.
Yeah, I can understand that. Okay, the pitfalls here mirror those on the other side, so make a note of them. Right, so open your map and draw on it where the pitfalls are here. I'm not going to do that, because this was like the fifth take, and I'd already memorized where they were. Also, if you go back and were to actually look at those failed takes, I completely failed to mirror them correctly. It's always off by like one square to the left or right.
Oh no. Also, you don't want to touch the winders either. They will zippy zap you. They're one of those good old Link to the Past enemies coming back in 2D Zeldas.
Alright, now we go back the same way. Link can never gracefully get off these carts. He must always smash face first into the ground.
See, I was complaining about the screaming, but now I kind of miss it. I think it's more that I miss the animation. I like that his little sprite when he's in the minecart, he's just going so fast, but in this game, he just kind of stands there, minecarts, no big deal.
Oh, I remember what animation you're talking about now. Yeah, he was distressed in Minish Cap.
It's going so fast for him, too fast.
Well, maybe he should play more Sonic games. Nothing is too fast for me, he says as he throws up after getting off a roller coaster, which he wouldn't be on in the first place, due to having a fear of heights. Why do I try to big myself up in these fantasy segues? It makes no logical sense.
I was gonna say, it's like, why did Dream Tom go to an amusement park? Why did Dream Tom not invite me to go to the amusement park?
Well, when the time comes and I eventually make it to America Land, or America Kingdom, New Donk City, if you will, we will get hype, we will get crunk in the amusement park of your choice.
Oh shit, it's gonna be so fun.
I want to go to an aquarium though. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it strikes me as a very comfy setting and I like learning about shit.
We can always do that. We can go to any aquarium you choose, although my preferences would include those that include penguins.
Yes. Yes! For the first time, yes!
And Tom and NBM meet the penguins, coming to a theater near you.
Oh, then we can record it and make YouTube books off of it, because obviously you have to record every waking moment, and you can't
my god!
enjoy it.
That's like the only reason to go to conventions nowadays.
Oh, Jesus. Alright, getting back on track, can we think of any other places in the Zelda franchise that use minecarts as, a game mechanic? We have actually mentioned the game very recently that has them at one point in the game.
Well, my favorite is always going to be Donkey Kong 64, my favorite of all Zelda games, thank you. But, they're throughout the series. Minish Cap has them, does, Skyward Sword has ones that you have to stand around and they move all slowly. Those are annoying. Let's see. Oh, the Oracle games had minecarts as well. That's actually been in all the 2D little Capcom Zelda games.
Yeah, I guess they just liked the minecart tile set, you know, and who can blame them? If I was making a Zelda thing, I'd have, like, a dungeon where you're exclusively on the minecart. Like, you can't get off it because all the ground is lava.
Well, you get close to that. In Oracle of Seasons, Dancing Dragon Dungeon, a lot of it is in minecart. Like, half of the dungeon is just minecart rooms that you go through only via the minecarts. So...
Interesting. Now, this boss here, I forget his name, I'll call him Turtletron for the time being. He has one weakness. It's these things going around the edge of the arena. So you just basically got to trick him into colliding into them, and he'll poke his head out like the giant shell tit that he is, and you finish him off. And then we'll get a wonderful item that has been seen in pretty much every Zelda game to date.
Oh boy, a fire turtle. It's like one of those fan art things where what if the Kanto starters had different elements? So everyone just tries to draw a fire Blastoise and thinks they're clever.
I don't know. Like, I think juxtaposing something's original intent with a different intent can be, you know, visually interesting and just interesting as an idea. But yeah, if you're just gonna, like, make a fire turtle or, like, a grass dragon, which I'm surprised they haven't really done at this point, feel free to correct me, because I would love to hear about that shit. And,
Superior.
No?
That's a grass dragon. You damn know well. You know that it's even designed to be a Western dragon.
Well, I'm sorry.
You know so well. Like, don't even play.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm bound by the rules of reality to tell you that you are indeed full of shit and that Game Freak thinks you're an idiot.
Well, I don't care what nerds on the internet think of me. Suck on that.
Oh my god, you just called a professional game production company nerds on the internet.
Like I care?
Excellent point. Well made to sing. To the point, beautifully rendered in the art of Audacity recorded audio.
Oh no, are you just gonna change it to make me say a whole bunch of other shit? Hi, I'm MBM, and I cheated on my math test.
Yes, Edtom, I hate the Oracle games.
That's not me.
I would never say such a thing.
Identity theft is a serious problem, and Tom 63.
Oh, I love... First of all, fuck you. Second of all, I love the idea of a really lazy or banal identity thief who steals your, like, life, but only to, like, shitpost on the internet with, like, completely irrelevant or innocuous things like, oh, this guy said he loves Ocarina of Time, but the next day he says it's the most overrated game of all time. What's the deal?
Sounds like a millennial horror movie plot right there.
Well, they did make one revolving around Skype, didn't they? What was that thing called? Unfriended?
Unfriended was about Facebook, but that's the one where the ghost is haunting her Facebook account. And then, yeah, there is one movie where it's like a Skype group, and then people keep dying in the Skype group because it's basically I Know What You Did Last Summer, but with Skype.
Right. I know what you Skyped last summer.
I know who you Skype chatted with.
The whore. He told me he was doing comms with HFC, but secretly it was with FTCR.
No, I just tell people that I'm at home masturbating because there's no way in hell I'm telling anyone I'm recording HFC commentary.
It's much less shameful, I can assure you.
Oh, it's easier to explain. People just accept it at this point.
And you get a better feeling when you're done with it, so...
Yeah.
I'm so ready and eager to throw HFC under the bus. It's actually kind of baffling. Anyway, now that we're at this height, we can swing like the Donkey Kong of yore. Watch me do my Donkey Kong thing.
I already told you, Donkey Kong 64 is the best Zelda game.
I've had a bit of a craving to play Donkey Kong 94 recently, you know, the Game Boy game?
Yeah, well, do I know? Like, I haven't played it for charity marathons.
Yes, you did. What was that, the Nintendo fun?
One of them? Like, I love all charity marathons preciously and equally, but sometimes they kind of blend together, so...
Yeah, very true. Will you be joining us for the HFC Sega Fun this year?
I will be joining, in some capacity. While I do love charity marathons, real life is kind of a thing. So I just kind of participate in a lot of little things in little capacities. So you know, you get sprinklings of me throughout the internet, not just big chunks, not big turds of me.
What a weird way to describe yourself. But yeah, even if it's just as like a co-commentator, that's fine. I know you're a busy lad, and you can't afford to run games and whatnot, which is fine, because I was only going to ask you to run Super Monkey Ball and be really on the nose about it anyway.
I think I do own it. Do I? I don't know. If I do, I have it for GameCube, and my GameCube is long, like, buried in all my stuff.
Well, don't worry. When you dig it out from underneath all your stuff, it will be working perfectly. GameCubes never die.
They don't. Holy shit. What, these last 3 generations? These are consoles made for babies who don't throw their consoles off their 3rd-story window just in a fit of anger.
Legend has it that when Reggie was in Nintendo, he personally tested every GameCube by throwing it off the roof of the Pizza Hut he used to work at. If it smashed, no one would be playing Smash on that unit.
No one would be able to wave dash.
What's your opinion on Melee still being viable in a competitive scene, mate? Do you think it's old hat? Do you think they need to make room for like newer games?
So I'm going to preface all this by saying that I am never going to tell anyone how they should or shouldn't have fun. Like, if a bunch of people are having the time of their lives playing a game that's 20, 30, I don't give a shit. If they're happy, cool. If they're finding new shit, cool. But, you know, if that's where everyone's sticking around, let it be. Let them be happy. It's video games, guys. The whole point is to be happy.
Yeah. I understand. At the same time, I forget their name, but someone on Twitter brought up the, well, I think it might have been a 4chan post, but the point's the same. Like, Melee is so ingrained in the fighting game community and at places like EVO, that, like, people are going to tune in whatever. It doesn't need a prime time spot, and, like, all the pros are already at their peak. So why not give it, like, a Sunday spot and let newer games like DB Fighters have the prime time?
Did you just start this whole conversation to say your piece about DBZ fighters being at EVO? We could have started with this, Tom. You know I love fighting games, and I have been super hyped for DBZ Fighter. I haven't played it, though, because I still don't have a current-gen console, but damn it, I am keeping up with all of the meta. I am following all of the people to see these super cool new strats, and I will say that I like Gotenks. I like how fucking broken that little shit is.
Oh, he is a broken little shit, I'll give you that. No, I didn't, actually, but, you hear that? That's me tapping a pile of games, which A, the patrons paid for, and B, contains DB Fighters.
Oh no. See, it's kind of weird, because I like anime fighters. The only fighters I've ever really gotten into, like, to learn a character a lot have been anime fighters, mostly the Persona games. I'm that kind of trash fighter game player, but
whatever.
Look, I like playing Teddy, so look, there's no saving me. I'm trash on trash, so I like playing Teddy, and so like an anime fighter is so my shit. But money,
okay, you gotta pay your dues before you can get the views. You know what I'm saying? And do you remember this puzzle?
I don't, and I can see why. I probably have regressed it in my memory.
Yeah, you actually kind of have to think outside the box here, because one, you've got to remember to bring that arrow thingamabob from down here first, and then you have to pick up the platform and put it on the other thing. I think you can do this in like any side or any order, but the basic concept is the same here.
You know what? That's actually super smart. Zelda puzzles have never been too tricky. They've never been puzzles, they've just been order of sequences to unlock a box.
Yeah.
Which I guess, yeah, that's a lock more than a puzzle. And I don't know, I like this, that you have to bring the items from another room, because in Zelda dungeons, rooms are very comparted. Like, stuff that happens in one room usually doesn't carry over to the next room unless it's like a huge dungeon design in which one room is changed. But yeah, usually if you finish a puzzle in one room, you're done with that puzzle. So it's always nice when it can be like, alright, now take this with you, keep going. The puzzle is going to continue over into the next room. It makes the dungeon design a lot more cohesive.
Now don't forget to put this back down here, otherwise you might jump ass first into the lava, and nobody needs that.
Yay, hot things.
I have a recurring dream where I'm riding along a lava lake, like that one level in Sonic and the Black Knight, on like a rock platform, and I'm trying my damnedest. This is a nightmare, by the way, it's not like something I want to happen, and I'm trying my damnedest to balance, and it will always tip forward with the platform and just send me careening into the lava.
Holy shit, dude. Well, I don't know. I don't know much about, pseudo-fake dream psychology analysis, but, do you have issues with balance?
Well, being a rotund lad, yes, I am quite clumsy, but I think it's just fear of dying in a really violent manner, really.
Either that, or maybe you should start taking salsa dancing lessons.
Huh.
The lava is hot, you can't keep your balance. Huh?
Ah, I see. I'm really glad you brought up salsa dancing, by the way. If Flame did, I would have told him to fuck off.
Oh, yeah. Flame would have just told you to watch more anime titties.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's one way.
It's not the solution for everything, bro. Like, take it from me, they're nice and everything, but they don't fix all your problems.
Beg to differ there, mate, but we're getting really off topic here. Yeah, this is another one of those shoot in the correct order puzzles, and we're not actually done in this room yet. There is one more switch, like, hidden right in the bottom left of the room, and you may have seen the stamp station, so we're actually going to get a stamp station in a dungeon for once by going this way.
See, I feel like the stamp stations are super cool because they make Zelda feel more like modern game designs, because with Zelda, not only are the puzzles like really one and done, but even in the sense that they just have that one solution.
Yeah.
Like, I like how in modern games, how usually when you have a puzzle, you'll get the one solution to finish the room, but there's usually like one or two more other solutions, and those are to get like the collectible items.
Yeah.
Kind of like Dust Force stuff. Games like that, or like that new one, the Celeste game. Yeah, where like you can solve the room, but then there's like that other puzzle that you can solve for the collectible. I like
yes.
how Spirit Tracks has that with the stamp boards, because other Zelda puzzles, it's kind of a shame that, you solve it once and it has that one solution and you're good.
Now here is the room that I always think of when I'm thinking about the mountain temple. This is the boss room. Boss key room, even. Oh lordy, the lava is so hot, I'm getting my words mixed up. Make a note of these. You will need to memorize them in order to get the key safely to the boss door.
You won't have to memorize them, though, if you mark them on your map, but do keep a good note.
Well, I wanted to make up for not mirroring the things earlier in the dungeon, so let it never be said that I try not to learn from my mistakes.
Look, it's a Let's Play where we're judging you not only on your gameplay skills, but on your artistic talents. There's some pressure on you, Tom, I understand, but you're doing just fine.
Yes. I mean, if you look at it one way, it kind of looks like a mirror. Like, the top 4 dots are like the glass, and where the fuck am I going with this? It looks like something, okay? Leave your best comments in the comments below.
Leave your best. Wow, what a comment section. Look at them all. They're just scrolling.
Time to use the whirlwind for the prerequisite one time per every other dungeon.
I was gonna say, it's like, despite all Zelda logic, you're gonna have me use the first dungeons item here, now?
Mm-hmm. I think you can use the whip for this, but I opt to use the thing that has super long range, just in case I fuck it up.
You opt to use the dungeon item in the dungeon. Also, it's Zelda, you have to use the bow. I always have the bow equipped when I am allowed to have 3 items in my Zelda games.
That was beautifully choreographed, by the way they both jump out of the car at the same time. First try, by the way, I was very pleased with it.
When you get it done right, it's actually kind of cinematic for a little 2D Zelda game. Just linking the key, swirling by. Could you imagine that in an HD Zelda? Just how cool that it would have been?
They'd have to give you a lot more wiggle room in regards to, timing, hitting the switches and whatnot, because obviously we're viewing this from a top-down angle, and in, like Breath of the Wild, it would be like 3D.
Yeah, and it would probably end up being more like what they did with Spirit Tracks, going much more slowly. So it's probably the best we're gonna get in terms of a Link key minecart chase.
Yeah.
Bam, Mountain Temple, 10 out of 10, best of those sequences.
This boss right here, not all that hard, but visually pretty hype. Gameplay-wise, pretty hype, because it utilizes the arrow in a pretty much hit the targets kind of way. So, what are we waiting for? Hit the targets.
This is literally a Banjo-Kazooie boss.
It is. Oh my god, I never noticed that before.
This is the fucking dinosaur, dude.
Mr. Patch, yeah.
Like, he's even got kind of Banjo-Kazooie orchestral music going on. Like, the fuck this shit.
You've ruined this for me. Or made it better. I don't know. I'll have to mull that over in between recording sessions. But yeah, the point of this is, you gotta wait for him to, after hitting him the first time, obviously, to smash both his fists into the ground, which will drop a boulder, trick him into breaking that, you'll get the little pedestal thing to put on the thing and get on the minecart, and then you're going round here where you have to hit all the targets, and once you've hit enough, it will let you go to the upper level, and you will keep doing that until you can reach the level with his eye.
And you do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around. That's what Zelda is all about.
Oh yes, and he will try and, attempt to grab you and throw you back to ground level, so make sure you hit his palm when he throws it up.
Like, this is so hype that you can just have this minecart go continuously. I love that you can just keep going on and on and on, but you gotta get to higher levels. And I also like that this boss doesn't turn into a face with two hands boss too.
I don't know, I've always liked golems as like a concept, so maybe that's why the boss appeals to me. Again, it's not hard in the slightest. Right, the only damage I'll take here is accidentally walking into the lava while trying to dodge another attack. But besides that, just make sure you have a good swathe of arrows when you jump into the car. I'd recommend going in with about 15 at the very least, and you'll be good to go.
Can I take back my previous comment that this is a Banjo-Kazooie boss? This is a Sonic Adventure boss now.
Oh my god. Oh yes, there, golem. Yeah, I'm done.
We're just going around and around a golem until we expose his weak top and then hitting him on his head.
Yeah, because I think Mr. Patch, or Mr. Patchers in Tui, kind of demanded a higher level of skill than any Sonic Adventure 1 or 2 boss.
I mean, any video games are going to require a higher skill than Babby's first fast rodent.
Yeah, Fast Rodent. Why can't they just make like a fake Sonic game called Fast Rodent and make it competently programmed? That'd be nice.
Something like that. You know, I'd really like to see what... Well, I guess it would be the... What's that one game with the pink mouse thing that like spins around? Basically Sonic, but not Sonic.
Oh man, there's a ton of mascot characters. You're gonna have to narrow it down a little bit.
It's a recent one. It's indie. Like Johnny's played it and stuff.
Freedom Planner.
That's the one. Cause I was gonna say, it's like I kind of want to see like what the indie interpretation of Sonic goes with.
That would be Sparks the Magical Jester, wouldn't it?
Stuff like that too, yeah. I mean, because there's a lot of games where I don't really like the original game, but I like where indie games have taken its design and are going with it, like Earthbound. Like, I don't like Earthbound, but what Lisa and shit does is pretty cool. So I kind of want to see, like, with Sonic games, what indie developers nowadays who grew up with Sonic, what they can make from it. So stuff like Freedom Planet, I like that idea.
I mean, there's a ton of, like, activity in the Sonic fan game community, but yeah, it's like you said, like with Zelda, there's no, like, one-to-one, like, Sonic-style games being made, really, because I guess, you know, level design is harder than armchair pundits would like to admit.
Basically. And, like, not a knock on, like, the sprite games, but, I mean, that's just Sonic again. I want to see, like, a bottom ground, this is a new game, but was inspired by Sonic, not just, here's my new Sonic level. Because I know that there's a lot of that, and you guys are super creative and cool with that. And I like the way that you all torture Johnny once a year with it as well.
Well, as long as it's for charity, the abuse is A-okay. Alright, spread those wings, baby. It's time to restore the last of the spirit tracks, question mark?
I mean, it's the last of the Tower Spirit parts. That's indisputable. Also, this stone is red, which is nice.
Oh yes, love blood red, as I call it. I don't care if that makes me psychopathic. I love emerald green, I love ocean blue, stuff that complements the natural surroundings.
Blood, ocean, emeralds. This sounds like a murder on the high sea cruise.
Oh, did you just leak the set of, like, dungeon tropes for the next Zelda game?
Oh my god.
Oh, the Emerald Temple. Oh, that would be hype if it was built like the Emerald City in Wizard of Oz.
Shit, Mr. Miyamoto is gonna be so mad at me. He's gonna take my check away, isn't he?
Oh, I knew you were a Nintendo plant all along. Like, and Tom, the Zelda 2 isn't that bad. Cut in some slack. Wait a minute. I pull off your mask to reveal I, Anuma. Oh, I'll be going now. Rides away on like the fucking Epona motorbike from Breath of the Wild.
You all fucking wondering how I knew all the Zelda shits, cause I've been making them all along, bitches.
Oh my god. That's too funny. That's too funny. Alright, yeah, I think it's time to head back to the Tower of Spirits now. I said, it's time to head back to the Tower of Spirits now. There we go.
Shut up, Tom. Your princess is talking. She is telling us where to go. If you would pay attention, maybe we'd know where to go next.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to be included in these commentaries, because you take up 75% of the audio.
Yeah, but you take up 100% of the editing.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, I would have also accepted you take up 100% of the charm as well, but we both know that's not true.
Well, I'm not one to lie during commentaries, Tom. You know that.
I'm sorry, miss, I cannot tell lies. Yeah, oh yeah, shit, I actually completely forgot about Arngene while we were over here riding like the Whiplash at Alton Towers or something and shooting golems at the eye.
I was gonna say, the whole time we've been going through this dungeon, they've been having their own little DBZ fight going on.
Oh, Arngene for DB fighters. Please link that next.
I think that'd be pretty hype. No, I want a crossover like this. If I can have fucking Akuma with a machine gun in Tekken, I can have Arngene from The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks in... Which fighting game again?
DB Fighters, mate.
DB Fighters, that's the one.
Alrighty, get ready for the sloppiest train ride you will ever see in this game, because I was just thinking about how long the recording had been going at the time, so I wasn't really paying attention to the road, and also, I kind of thought those, like, pig rabbit things would F the hell off this domain. Alas, no.
See, if you had known about direction duping, you would have been able to go the correct way. I'm sorry I didn't let you know sooner. I have failed this entire Let's Play.
Well, that's what you get for, you know, not being able to send force telepathically. Jesus.
Yeah, they get kind of physical, getting rough with us in our train, jeez.
What, have they never seen trains pass through this area before? How long has it been since there's been a working rail system in these parts?
There are train tracks, which means there must have been people at some point, or at least, you know, magic has to have been laid here at some point.
Once again, nice little touch of the route to the Tower of Spirits being laid out before our eyes with the blue on the tracks.
Always being lit up, it's super nice. I also like how you can hold a whistle through a load screen.
Oh yeah.
The game will never like chuck you, you don't hear a break, it's just a consistent whistle all the way. Little touches, guys.
Yeah, it's a cool little touch. I just love how that one thing Dive Bomb does. It's like, he doesn't have any kind of like jumping attack or biting animation. Now I'll just toss myself into the train. What happens, happens.
It's a natural evolution of the cave rock spider. With its durable external body, it's unable to jump. Its legs are just too fragile and weak, so instead it's opt to climb on the top of the cave and then drop right on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's effective, but so silly.
Yes, yes indeed. Almost there, lads, almost there. We can see the completed Tower of Spirits right before us, and oh my god, if we get to that and that thing doesn't take off to future Funland, especially since I have all the glyphs and whatnot, we can fight a Wizpig, I'm going to be very disappointed.
See, you're hoping for that. I was really hoping that the tower was going to start turning into a giant robot, a cute girl giant anime robot, and was then going to punch the great evil in the face with its celestial drill.
Oh my god. I saw a gif like that recently, where it starts off like, oh, this girl can jump really high, and this other girl's watching her like, whoa, she can jump really high, and then the other girl who jumped before, she fucking turned into like an F1 fighter, complete with panty shots and whatnot, and just took off into the stratosphere.
Oh, okay.
Fuck anime. Fuck it to death.
Anime's weird.
Well, I would go a bit further than that, but there are many different types of anime, so I don't want to lump it all into one package.
Anime is fucking weird?
Thank you.
There we go.
Tastefully done. Alright, Arngene, we're here now. Sorry that took so long. Oh dear, she's not here, waiting to greet us.
Oh, I wanted her to, like, teleport down from the ceiling, just make the Silver the Hedgehog effect.
Why does he do that? I don't know.
Why would she do it? Even better question.
Yeah, I hope we stopped the Demon King's resurrection, but yeah, the only way we're going to find out is to head to the top, and that part's going to come next upload day, because it's a big one, and yeah, let's just say it's going to be pretty intense in terms of dungeon exploring and the like, so we'll see you next time, when the Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks continues. Of course I'm ready. We're always ready here at HFC. Part end in 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye!